the chairman of Senate Committee, the Federal Capital Territory, the chairman of the House Committee on FCT, and the deputy, the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, the permanent secretary, mandate secretaries that are here, the secretary of the FCDA, leaders, distinguished senators who accompanied me to this official flag of this district, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank the Almighty God for the opportunity we have today. Let me thank His Excellency, Mr. President, for giving the Honorable Minister of State and myself the opportunity to preside over the affairs of the FCT. Let me also thank Mr. President for making it possible that today FCT has the opportunity to flag off projects and will have opportunity to commission projects because of his approval of exiting us for the single treasury account. Let me also thank Mr. President for speedily forwarding to the National Assembly the supplementary of our statutory budget. Let me thank the two chairmen of the Senate Committee and the House Committee and the leadership of the National Assembly for speedily through passing the supplementary budget into law. This is because with the passage of the supplementary budget, be assured that this project will be completed within the time schedule. Like the Permanent Secretary has said, the funds are available. The funds are available for this job. Part of what we're doing today is the agenda of the renewed hope. So many people have complained that the FCT is losing the grip of a city. So many people have complained that FCT is not looking like a city at all. So many people appear to have lost hope. But by the grace of God, by the coming of the government of Aswadi Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has given back hope to Nigerians. He has given back hope to the residents of FCT. When we were sworn in, Mr. President had given a marching order to the Honorable Minister of State and myself that we must do everything humanly possible to bring back FCT what a city is supposed to be. I'm sure residents, people who do business, will attest to the fact that indeed Mr. President means business, that indeed Mr. President is committed to seeing the welfare, to seeing the upliftment of the lives of the residents of this capital city. Yesterday, somebody told me that there are some people who were carrying placards because, frankly speaking, I don't have time to even see that. I was busy. I don't want to be distracted. I want to be focused and deliver on the mandate Mr. President has given to us. But one thing you must also understand, that this is democracy. So many people are entitled to their opinions. But what is important is your opinion must be in line of what is good for the people of the FCT. We can't continue to do the same thing, the same way, and expect to achieve different results. One of the big things about leadership is that you must be firm, you must be bold, you must be courageous to take a decision. And we have taken decision to make sure our people are happy with this administration. We have taken a decision to make sure we do the best for the people as mandated by Mr. President. In policies you make, it may not favor so many people, but what is important is the generality of the people, not few people who benefit at the detriment of others. You know, when you bring a policy that will bring change, so many people will kick against it. Those who benefit, the few that benefit, will kick against it. But when you are focused and firm, they have no choice but to come back and align themselves with the policies of government. This is a hard time. We must take decisions, no matter how hard it is. But what's important is at the end of the day, the people should benefit from it. And so, let nobody bother himself that there are people who were paid, yes, they've collected the money, and that has ended yesterday. So we are used to all this. So nobody should be worried that people are demonstrating. If they don't demonstrate, is it therefore that will demonstrate? So don't bother yourself. People must have work to do. What we want people to ask us, what have we achieved in these 3 months that Mr. President has given us? What have we achieved? We can boldly tell Nigerians that in these 3 months, with the support of Mr. President, this is what we have done, this is what we have done, and by the grace of God, in the 1-year office of Mr. President, Nigerians will see what Mr. President has done in FCT, and that is what we stand for. By May 29, 2024, FCT will roll out its achievement as far as the administration of Mr. President is concerned. So today, just like the Executive Secretary said, today we are flagging off the second phase. Last time in September, we flagged off the Garki district. Today, we are flagging off the Asokoro district. I have told the ES, before we leave for the end of the year, we must flag off the Maitama and Wuse districts. And I'll show you people with the funds Mr. President have made available to us, and with the IGR before May 29, all these districts will be wearing a new look. And that's what the city is supposed to be. All we need from you is your support, your cooperation with the contractors, so that the work can go on easily. Just like the Permanent Secretary said, I've always said it, no contract will be awarded without funding. If we don't have the money, we will not award contracts. It is not a question of we're expecting money. We will not do that. When the money comes, we award. If the money does not come, we are not going to award. And when people criticize, let me tell Nigerians this: you must commend the government of Aswaje Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And let me tell you this, Nigerians forget easily. As at the time we came on board, virtually all contractors had abandoned their sites. You can remember that. Today, you can see that Abuja returned to a construction site. Why? We said, and like Mr. President advised, we must try as much as we can to conclude and finish all projects, if not all, at least 80% of projects that were awarded by previous governments. Because government is a continuum. There are projects that were awarded in 2001. There are projects that were awarded in 2010. There are projects that were awarded in 2015. These projects have been abandoned. As a responsible government, do you expect us to leave those projects and start awarding new projects? I think Nigeria should commend the administration of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Because if we have the policy of just starting our own projects, it will mean that as a city, you have projects abandoned, littered all over the place. That, of course, will not test well as a city. In 2010, for record purposes in 2010, when I read the comments of people who are not aware, who are ignorant, who do not want to ask questions, they just want to comment for commenting's sake, so that people will say that they have said something. Those who like to run an election on that social media platform. No. 2010, the federal government awarded the contract of the vice president residence. The federal government awarded, not Tinubu's government, in 2010. And this contract was awarded at the cost of 7 billion naira to Julius Berger. Now check 2010 and 2023, 13 good years, this project was abandoned. Now, a reasonable government comes to say, look, do we, having spent some money in this project, do we abandon it, wasting taxpayers' money? And the company said, look, they are willing to complete it, but you cannot give us the same rate of 2010 and 2023. It's not possible. It's not possible. And they gave their rate. And by Mr. President's approval, we have to send it to the Bureau of Public Procurement. We are waiting for the Bureau of Public Procurement to give us the final nod of how much should be spent. But the point, even if that is okay, it should not be used by Mr. Vice President. That does not mean it cannot be put into use by other people. So many of us have seen visiting heads of state in this city. What is wrong when you have a visiting head of state? It's okay, put him in such residence. So people should not be sentimental and telling lies. We did not award that contract. The contract was awarded in 2010. All we're merely doing, because of our policy of not leaving other projects that will continue to be abandoned, we felt we should continue with those projects. Look at the Millennium Center, was awarded in 2001. A center that was supposed to be an hour of attraction. A center, if it was completed, would have turned this city to a tourist center. It was abandoned. As a policy of this government, we thought that such a project is necessary to be completed. And we have taken steps to say we must complete it. People should commend the administration and not to make statements blackmailing and telling the public lies, teachings of lies, just like as they told that they won an election when they never won any election. Nigerians know those who won election through the electorate. Nigerians know those who won election in social media. Let them continue to be telling lies. So I thank you for coming out today to give us support. Let me tell the contractors. I've always said before that government rate has always been the best rate. If these contracts were being executed by companies like Shell and other e-companies, they will not give you the rate we give you. But do you know why government rate is always high? The contractors know. They believe that by the time government will pay, inflation must have eaten up the money. So they always get the highest rate. But let me tell you, in our own case, inflation will not affect us because the money is there. So we'll pay you as you submit your certificate. We are not going to owe anybody. So work, so that when we come back next year, everybody will see that Abuja is wearing a new look. And that is the promise we made. And we must execute the agenda of the renewed hope. And let me thank the two chairmen for their continuous support. In fact, I was surprised that they were seated before we came. When we went for our budget defense, they gave us all the support. They are not just telling us they will give us support, they've always shown it in practice. When we go there for defense, you will see people who are interested, who are committed to seeing that we achieve our agenda. Mr. Chairman, I want to sincerely thank you. And I want to assure you that we will not disappoint you. I want to assure you that you will be the best chairman of all committees at the end of the day. You can tell Mr. Senate President, you can tell Mr. Speaker that you challenge them, that you are chairman of FCT, you will be the best because there will be results for you to show that you are the best. On this note, let me invite the Honorable Minister of State and the two chairmen and the deputy for the House to join me as we flag off this wonderful district. Abuja youth,